Good morning all. Am I audible? Please mention whether the audio video is clear. So welcome all of you to the second lecture in this series where we are discussing the top three shortcut techniques to do general aptitude questions, especially quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning questions. So this session is useful for many competitive exams because most of the competitive exams have a quantitative aptitude and reasoning section. So I will be discussing common shortcut techniques, and particularly UPSC CSAT aspirants. I will be taking your previous year question papers as examples to explain these methods. But as I told, not only for UPSC exam, for other exams also, this session will be very useful. Okay, so invite your friends. The link is tagged in the live chat. Copy that and share it with maximum people so that they can watch it live or recorded as per their convenience. So today we are discussing about one particular technique, taking examples. How examples can solve questions faster, or how examples will make you understand the meaning of the question very easier. So taking examples is what I want to emphasize. In different chapters you can use this taking example method. In different chapters it is used in different ways. So I will show examples of taking example used in different ways in different chapters. So for the new people, this is the bio of me. My name is Christy Varghese. I'm an author, aptitude trainer, and one of the top educators in Unacademy platform also. And I teach for different competitive exams like CSIR NET, GATE exam, UPSC CSAT exams, and other aptitude tests. And I'm also a certified Vedic math trainer. So in this channel you can see videos of all these exams and Vedic math also in this channel you can find. So subscribe the channel for getting all the content and getting updates of all the upcoming free sessions. You can subscribe the channel and click the bell icon, and you can also be part of my Telegram channel, Telegram group, and WhatsApp group. The details are given here for you to join the Telegram channel, Telegram group, and WhatsApp group. So that is the yes, Diksha, yes, Roshan will towards the end of the class will share the good news. So anyway, so these are the books I have written for general aptitude and Vedic maths, and this is the current bestseller book for general aptitude section for CSIR NET exam. Okay, without more intro, let's start the session. So we are now discussing about different shortcut methods to do general aptitude questions. And yesterday we discussed about 5 different ways of eliminating options. Elimination itself, there are 5 ways to eliminate. That is what we discussed yesterday, and today we are discussing examples, how examples can help you to do the question very easily. So let us start with this question which came in UPSC exam in 2016 year. So please make a try, all of you. Taking example method, as I told, it is used in different chapters, and this is a percentage chapter. In percentage chapter, taking example is useful in many question, or most of the question taking example will help you in percentage chapter, monetary problem chapter, number system chapter, average chapter, work and time chapter. All these chapters taking example is very useful. As I told, this is not a difficult method or anything. Most of you are already hearing the name taking example itself, you know it is to take examples. But the thing is that when you are in exam hall, you may not realize that many questions taking example is possible. You may search for a very more complicated method and take more time to solve. So that is what I am trying to focus in this session, to give you idea that taking example method can be used in a variety of questions, and a lot of questions which comes in competitive exams like UPSC CSAT. So make a try, all of you. I'll give you one and a half minutes, make a try. After that I will explain and I will elaborate this method of taking example also with this question and the upcoming questions. Okay, already some of you got an answer, some of you got option D. Let's see whether it is correct. So this question definitely can be done with direct method, that is totally possible, but I am showing you how examples will make it more simple and make sure that you don't make a mistake also. Okay, so look at this. Two numbers x and y respectively are respectively 20% and 28% less than the third number x. So just a minute. So z is 20% less than x, 20% lesser. Z minus 20% of z is x. That is what that sentence means. And z minus 28% of z is y. That is the meaning of 20% and 28% respectively. Na? That means what example or for which value you need to take example or which variable you need to take example. There are x, y and z, but x and y is connected with respect to z na, or with respect to z the value of x and y is defined in the question. So you should definitely take example with respect to z only. And in a percentage question, the best example to take is 100, because percentage itself means out of 100. So if you take 100 example, it is easier to calculate. You can take any example, but 100 is the easiest example to calculate. So 100 you need to take example for what? For z. If z is equal to 100, 20% of 100 reduced, you will get x. So 20% of 100 is 20. So reduced is x, means x is 80. If z is 100, x is 80. Now z is 100 we assumed. So what about y? 28% of z should be reduced from z. So from 100 you subtract 28% of 100. 28% of 100 is 28 itself. 28 reduced is 72. That is y. So now you got everything with respect to numbers itself, no variables. That will avoid the confusion. That is why taking example is useful here. Okay, now listen very carefully. This is the most important part. Many people made mistake in that. So here question is asking by what percentage is the number y less than the number x. Now z is gone, only x and y we need. X is 80, y is 8 less than 80. 8 less than 80, not 8 less than 100. 8 less than 80 is not 8%. It is 8 out of 80 into 100. 8 out of 80 into 100, or 8 out of 80. 8 out of 80 is 1 by 10 fraction. Na? If you have the idea between fraction and percentage. In my speed math trick or Vedic math classes, I have explained this in detail. How percentage and fraction are one and the same. That idea if you have directly, you can see when you see 80 become 72 itself, you can say it is 1 by 10th reduction happening. 1 by 10th is nothing but 10%. But if you are not okay with that intuitive idea or Vedic math idea, you can just do the mathematical way. 80 minus 72 by 80 into 100. Because with respect to 80, we need to know less than the number x it is asked, not less than the number z. So 8 out of 80 into 100, if you calculate that way also, you will get 10%, which is the correct answer. Many of you got 8%, which is wrong. So taking example method helped you in two ways. One, to understand the meaning of the question. Second, to make sure that you don't make a mistake. Because if you think with respect to variable, there is high chance that you can get confused. Like you will get z 80% of z, 72% of z. Everything is in variables. So especially if your math background is not very strong, there is high chance that you can get confused there. That is why taking example was particularly useful here. In detail I have mentioned here, but these steps you can do in your mind itself. No need to do these steps in paper, because 100 is easy to calculate without any steps. But just to give you an elaborate idea, I have mentioned here. Please respond in the chat, those of you who are watching this live. Did you understand this and how example helped to solve the question without mistake? Did you all understood? And those who are watching this recorded also, do comment what you are feeling. If you feel the session is useful, do hit the like button and do comment on this and do share this video to maximum people. Okay, so taking example method, that is one example. Okay, now Now the question comes, where all we can use taking example, where all you cannot. Generally speaking, when options are in comparison form, taking example is possible most of the time. Comparison form means percentage or fraction or ratio or proportion. That is a comparison form. Because here also it is comparison, na? It is not asking how much y is less than x. It is asking by how much percentage it is less than x. Are you all understanding? How much percentage it is less than x. Percentage is a comparison tool, na? So if options are in the form of comparison tools, taking example will be very useful, and taking example is okay to use. But in some question, if you don't use taking example also, you can do it otherwise also. But many questions, comparison questions, taking example is very much useful. Okay, so I hope it is clear. Let us see more examples and see how taking example is more useful. Even this question, this was a 2019 previous year question. Make a try, all of you. Once again, I'm telling, if you are preparing for UPSC exam or any other exam also, these methods, these techniques, these examples are useful, because these are similar question, or I am choosing those similar question that is useful for different competitive exams. All of you make a try. प्रखर सुबह वाला क्लास अप्रैल 1 से शुरू होगा, अप्रैल 1 से 9 to 11 o'clock. Yes, Roshan, 9 to 11 o'clock from April 1st onwards. We are restarting our course. Yes, Roshan, course is already launched. It is available in the profile. Yes, Prakhar, but timing 8 was not possible. That is why I shifted it to 9, because I wanted 2-hour session, so that in shorter time period we can cover more content. All of you make a try. D option, some of you got. Even in previous question and this question, there are other methods. There are direct method, let x be the unknown, but that is like, there is high chance that you will get disconnected from the question in between when you use variables. But if you use examples, you are more connected, because you can relate to numbers better than variables. That is the main advantage of taking example method. It makes you understand the scenario and makes you hooked into the situation easily. That is why taking example is advisable in these kinds of questions. Okay, some of you got C also, some of you got D also. Let's see which is correct. Here also a similar mistake like the previous question 1 is possible if you are not understanding the meaning of the question. And as I told, to understand the meaning of the question, taking example will be very good. So for A or B, which one we need to take example? Let us understand first. So A and B are two heavy steel blocks. If B is placed on top of A, the weight increases by 60%. B placed top of A, weight increases by 60% means, and yeah, let us read a full question. After that we will take example. How much weight will reduce with respect to the total weight of A and B if B is removed from top of A? So A was already there and B is added and then B is removed. So A was there initially. So taking example for A will be better. Taking example for A, and it is a percentage based question. The best example obviously will be 100. Let 100 kg or 100 gram, here unit is not mentioned. So 100 unit be the weight of A or mass of A. And question says that if B is placed on top of A, so if this is A and this is B, when B is placed on top of A, the weight increases by 60% means 60 kg is added so that it will become 160, because weight increase by 60% means to the 100, 60% of 100 is added. 60% of 100 is 60 only, because example 100 we took. So 160 is the total weight after B is added. That means B's weight is 60. B's weight is 60 to satisfy the condition. Now listen very carefully. How much weight will reduce with respect to the total weight of A and B if B is removed from top of A? You may feel like 60 kg added, so 60 kg removed, 60% is reduced now, because 60% was added, so 60% should be removed. But that is totally wrong, because initially 60 kg was added to 100, but now 60 kg is removed from not 100 but from 160. So the comparison is made with respect to 160, not 100. Same like in previous question, the comparison was with respect to X. You need to know Y is how much reduced, not with respect to Z. So that is why you should be careful there, and taking example will make sure that you are not making a mistake. Now this 160, you are removing B. You are removing 60 kg, that is B you are removing. So that will become 100. Now read the question. How much weight will reduce with respect to the total weight of A and B? Total weight of A and B is 160. When B is removed, so 160 is becoming 100. So from 160, 60 is removed. So 60 compared to 160 is the comparison we need to make now. 60 out of 160 into 100, mathematically speaking. 60 out of 160 into 100, when you cancel it, you will get 37.5%. That is one way, or that is a mathematical way to simplify the last step. But if you are good with mental math, this step can also be eliminated. How? When you see that 60 out of 160 is a fraction, you see that it is 3 out of 8. You should know that 1 out of 8 is 12.5%. 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 5, 1 by 6, 1 by 7, 1 by 8, 1 by 9, 1 by 10. If you can learn this much, that will help immensely in many questions. If 1 by 8 you know 12.5%, 3 by 8 will be 3 times of 12.5%. That is 37.5%. That way you can directly say. You don't have to by heart it. You only have to know 1 by 8 is 12.5%. That also you don't have to by heart. 1 by 2 is 50%. Now 1 by 2's half is 1 by 4. 1 by 4's half is 1 by 8. So 50%'s half is 25%. 25%'s half is 12.5%. That way you can easily say 1 by 8 is 12.5%. Yeah, I have taken detailed lectures on percentage mental math. You can check out that in this channel itself, through which you can learn this comparison of percentage and fraction easily. Or you can just search. I have taken multiple lectures in multiple platforms on percentage calculation, percentage mental math by Christy Varghese. Any topic that I have taken, I have not taken only in one platform. I have taken different platforms. So if you want to access all my classes or any particular topics class I have taken for general aptitude or Vedic mathematics, you can search that topic by Christy Varghese. If you add the tagline, you can easily find it, because you can find it as the views are more. You can easily get that links easily by just searching that itself. Even in this platform, Unacademy platform and other platforms also, I have taken a lot of free classes. More than 1,500 free classes I have taken in all platforms together. Okay, so not only YouTube and other platforms together, I am saying you can check all of them. Those of you want to learn more general aptitude completely for free, you can use these resources I have provided. Okay, so I hope all of you understood 37.5% how it is the answer. The comparison should be made correctly. Comparison should not be made with respect to a wrong initial value. Here 160 is becoming 100. So with respect to 160, how much kg is reduced? That is what we need to know, not with respect to 100. So that is why 37.5% is the answer. More detailed explanation I have given here. If you don't want to take examples, you can also take like this. This is also an example itself, but with not with respect to numbers, but with respect to variables. But no need to use variables if you're already okay with numbers. And again I'm telling, because the options were in percentage, that is why we used examples, and that is why we could easily use examples. And many questions will be like that, where options are in terms of percentage or ratio or fractions, where examples is the best choice. Even this question, this is from monetary problem or profit loss discount chapter. Yesterday in elimination technique discussion, we have discussed many examples of monetary problem. Here also, for taking example also, monetary problem, any question can be done easily without any equation, without any formula, if you use examples properly. So make a try, all of you. Okay, Roshan, I will check. It was already live. I don't know why it is not visible. Maybe in the learner interface it is not visible. I will check it out, Roshan. All of you try this, 1.5 minutes. Okay, so I will explain. Listen very carefully. Here also taking example, because options are in terms of percentage, so examples is better, and everything is in percentage. That is why 100 will be the best example. 100 for what? For what you need to take example? Gopal bought a cell phone. So Gopal's initial money is what we don't know. As we don't know that, instead of taking let x be the unknown, take 100 be the unknown. That will help you to solve it faster. Let x be the unknown, if you take, that is called mathematical direct method, but that will tempt you to use formulas and equations. That is why examples are better. That is also totally correct, but why waste your time on that? That is the thing. Especially when most of us, our school math is not that strong. Our school math, we don't like that much to use formulas and all, and obviously in competitive exam using formulas is not very necessary. In very less cases only formulas are unavoidable. Most of the cases formulas can be avoided, equations can be avoided, but you should be flexible with more methods, then only you can do that. So Gopal bought a cell phone and sold it to Ram at 10% profit. So let Gopal buy the cell phone at 100 rupee, or the cost price be 100 rupee, CP. So 100 rupee is the investment, and he sold it to Ram at 10% profit, means 100's 10%. 10% of a number is shifting one decimal to the left. Obviously 100, it is 10. So 10 rupee profit Gopal got. That means Gopal is selling it to Ram at 100 plus 10, 110 rupees. Ram wanted to sell it back to Gopal. Now Ram's investment is 110, not anymore 100. Ram's investment is clearly 110. So Ram is starting the business with 110 rupee. 110 rupee cost price. Ram is selling it to Gopal at 10% loss. 10% loss on 110, not on 100. Just similar to the previous two questions. What is the number that you need to set as the initial value? That you should be careful. And when you take examples, you can be more easily understand that. So 110, 10% will be 11 because shifting one decimal of 110 is 11. So 11 reduced is 99. Now read one question, read this data carefully. Wanted to sell. That is a wish of Ram. Whether Gopal will accept that or not, that is a different thing. What will be Gopal's position if he agreed? If he accepts the sale, what will be Gopal's position? Whether Gopal got a profit or a loss, or it's break even or no loss, no profit situation, that is what we need to check. Or the option is asking that. From the options we get more idea. Okay, anyway, if Gopal is agreeing, what is happening? Normally think that Gopal is a mobile phone owner, sorry, mobile store owner who sells mobile phones. So normally he get this mobile phone at 100 rupees. Yeah, if 100 rupee is very small a value, you think $100 for the mobile phone. $100 is the price Gopal invests for this mobile phone normally. But now he is getting it from another retailer or another wholesaler. He is getting it at $100, but now he is getting it from Ram at $99. Yeah, no depreciation or anything you need to calculate because the data is saying nothing about depreciation. So it is zero depreciation. That is what you have to think. Or he can sell it like a brand new phone itself. That is what you need to understand. Yeah, I am just telling a situation only that he is planning to sell it again. But just to understand. But anyway, 100 rupee is normally how Gopal get this mobile phone at. But now he is getting it at 99 rupee. That means he is getting a profit of 1 rupee. 99 rupee, 100 rupee. Instead of that, he is getting it at 99 rupee. So 1 rupee profit compared to 100 rupees. So that is clearly 1% profit or gain. Options use the term gain. So option C, gain 1% is the clear answer. So again, taking example made the question look easy. And we are able to relate to the situation easily if you take examples. And 100 taking example itself was enough. If you are using 100x, 110x, that is fine. But that will tempt you to use equations like this. That is why it is better to keep 100 itself as the example. Okay, I have shown you examples where percentage questions, 100 example as 100 was very useful. In this percentage question also, in these two percentage questions also, and in this monetary problem, profit loss discount question also. Let us see how this is applicable in other chapters also, especially number system chapter. Taking example method is going to have a big role if you understand this method properly. So try this question. This is a number system chapter problem, fraction based question. All of you make a try. Many chapters will become easy when you use options or examples properly. And yesterday we discussed many chapters will become easy if you use options properly. So 3 aspects is what we are discussing in this series mainly. In the first class, we discussed about how elimination or options can help you to get answers faster, and 5 different dimensions for that we have discussed. 5 different ways of eliminating we have discussed yesterday. And today we are discussing how examples can make questions easy. And tomorrow we will be discussing how visualizing or how drawing pictures will help you to understand question easily and solve question easily. So these 3 aspects we are discussing, and once again I'm telling to all of you, if you are feeling the session or the series is useful, do share it to maximum people. We have created a playlist with this series, so copy that playlist and share to more people. And if you want more such sessions, do let me know in the comments. And if more people are responding and more people are interested in the series, definitely we will plan for some more sessions in this, like we are discussing where we can discuss more practical questions with respect to these methods and all. So do let us know what you felt about this series and what you felt about the videos in this channel. Okay, so all of you try this. Okay, so I'll explain. Some of you got the answer. Thank you, Roshan. So here, if the numerator and denominator of a proper fraction, I hope all of you know what is a proper fraction. A fraction whose numerator is equal to or less than the denominator is called a proper fraction. Yeah, more about proper, improper, mixed fraction I have listed here. All of you have learned these in school days. Just reminding you. So a proper fraction, for example, 1 by 2, 2 by 3, 19 by 20, etc. Even all natural numbers are proper fractions. Sorry, not natural numbers. All natural numbers can be written as proper fraction. Like 7 by 7 is a proper fraction. 8 by 8 is a proper fraction. Because it can be less than or equal to the denominator. Numerator means a number on the top. Denominator means number on the bottom. Hope all of you are familiar with those things. Okay, anyway, if the numerator and denominator of a proper fraction are increased by the same positive quantity which is greater than 0, the resulting fraction is. And the options are telling about properties of this. Like for that, it is best to take examples. No? Examples of what? Take a proper fraction example. Let us take simple examples to start with. 1 by 3 is a proper fraction. Why I am taking 1 by 3? Because we know 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 values approximately. 1 by 3 is 33.33%. We have discussed already. Na? That is why I told you in different chapters this will be helpful. 1 by 2 to 1 by 10 at least if you know. 1 by 3 is 33.33%. That will give you an idea what we are dealing with. So let the fraction be 1 by 3. That means numerator is 1, denominator is 3. So clearly it is a proper fraction. 1 by 3 is increased by same positive quantity. Numerator also, denominator also is increased by same positive quantity. Let that positive quantity be 2. So you are adding 2 in the numerator also, in the denominator also. Then what will happen? 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 2, 5. 3 by 5. And 3 by 5 also we know. 1 by 3 we know it is 33.33%. 3 by 5 we know 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 5 is 20%. 1 by 10 is 10%. Now 1 by 5 is half of it. That way you can understand it. So 1 by 5 is 20% means 3 by 5 will be 20, 20, 20, 60%. If you want, you can connect it to percentage like this, or just observing that and saying that this is going to be bigger, that is also fine. Like 1 by 3 and 3 by 5 when you observe that, or make numerator same, denominator same. In school days we have learned a lot of complicated things like that. That is not necessary. That is what I am trying to say. Making numerator same and comparing or denominator same and comparing was not necessary in this question anyway. Because when you see 1 by 3, 3 by 5 itself, you should have an estimate how much it is. 1 by 3, 3 by 5. For that, the best way to estimate it is connect it with percentage. That will help you. So whatever way you estimate it, you should know that 1 by 3 is clearly less than 3 by 5. So the resulting fraction in this question is 3 by 5. That is greater than the original fraction. Always less than original fraction, wrong. Always greater than original fraction, yes, that is making sense here, na? And actually you may say that always greater, then I haven't taken another example, na? Only with one example. That is a valid doubt. For that doubt, what I can say is you have to observe it more carefully. You can take, if one example is not enough to convince you, take one more example. I know that any number of example does not prove anything, but you will get an idea what is happening there. Like if it is 2 by 3, you are adding same number to numerator and denominator. Definitely the new fraction will be more. New fraction will be more because, for example, if it is 2 by 3, you are adding 2 to the numerator and denominator. 4 by 5 you will get. Here, as you are adding the same fraction, I am telling you an intuitive way how to prove this in your mind or verify this in your mind. If you are, for example, initially 2 and 3 are one value apart. You are adding same value, the values are still one value apart itself. If you were taking 10 by 13, these are 3 values apart. But if you are adding a common number also, the difference between numerator and denominator with respect to values is not changing. This is going to be 12 by 15. That is 3 difference itself. And higher the fraction, if the difference is same, for higher values, the fraction will be larger. That is a property of fraction. That way you can intuitively prove this theorem. That intuitive proof was not necessary. When you take 1 or 2 examples itself, you realize that this is going to be always greater. Yeah, in some question that intuitive ideas are important. Proving everything in the exam paper or exam rough sheet is not necessary at all. That is what I want to emphasize on. Many people, the problem when they attempt competitive exams, they still use school day methods, which are totally outdated for competitive exams. In school days, when such a question is there, you have to prove it, that it is always greater. But here the proof is not having any use at all, because your proof will be in your rough sheet only. And for proving that, you may have taken 5 minutes extra. In competitive exam, time is the important thing. So definitely solving in less time needs some intuitive ideas also. Especially people with like people who are mathematical or having a good mathematical background also, in this kind of question there is a disadvantage, because they will try to prove it mathematically by taking, let x be the quantity and the added quantity is y, sorry, x by y be the quantity, added quantity is z, and then try to prove it. Definitely proving will take more time, because values we are able to analyze faster. So that is another aspect of taking example method. Instead of proving, taking example method can help you to verify it. Even if it is not mathematically a valid proof, that is enough actually. Taranum, how you can take 4 by 2? You should take a proper fraction. Na 4 by 2 एक proper fraction नहीं है ना Taranum. 4 by 2 में numerator denominator से ज़्यादा है. Numerator denominator से कम या equal होना चाहिए proper fraction होने के लिए. That is why 4 by 2 example is an invalid example. Yeah, that is what you need to understand. Taking example method में valid example लेना है. Question, yeah, I will try to keep the session completely in English. My Hindi session and English sessions you can check out in this channel itself. But today I am focusing in English itself. Maybe in the future session we will plan for a Hindi version of the series. If you people want, do mention that in the comments. So anyway, in this question is saying proper fraction. That is why we need to take proper fraction itself as the example. Proper fraction numerator should be clearly less than or equal to only. These are improper fraction, 4 by 3, 10 by 3, 20 by 19. Only if the question mentioned that improper fraction, then you can take those examples. Hope that is clear. So then one more question. This came in the latest UPSC exam. Such questions comes in other exams like CSIR or GATE or CAT or other exams also. So make a try all of you. Percentage question itself, I have already trained you how to use taking example in percentage based question. It's a monetary problem. So make a try. Monetary problem with percentage involved. Okay. So here also taking example will be very useful. So what example is a percentage question. Options are in percentage. So it's a comparison question. That is why you can use options, or you can take examples. Increase in price of a certain item. So the initial price of the item was unknown. So in direct method we will take, let x be the unknown. Then 25% increase means 125 by 100x. Then 20% decrease means 80% of 125 by 100x. Then 10% increase means 90%, sorry, 110% of 80% of 125 by 100x. But that is very complicated. That is very complicated. Instead, if you just think in your mind, let 100 be that initial quantity. Why 100? Because percentage, 100 is the best example. 25% increase to the 100, 25% added means 25 is added. So that will become 125. So the new price is 125. Then the price was decreased by 20%. 125, 20% decreased. 20% of 125 is decreased. Again, Mendel math will help you. 10% of 125 is 12.5. Shifting one decimal to the left. 20% will be 12.5 plus 12.5. That is 25. That is how to do Mendel math. As I told, I have trained that in detail in many of my previous sessions in this channel. You can find it, percentage Mendel math. Or if you want a speed matrix session for doing questions like this, do let me know in the comments. So 25 reduced from 125, that will become 100. Because 20% of 125 it is, not 20% of 100. Some people make mistake of reducing 20. To avoid that mistake, taking example is the best way. 125, 20% of that 125 is reduced. So it becomes 100. In compound interest, successive discount, this idea is very important. So 100, then what happened? Again decreased by 10%. So 100, 10% decreased is 10 of 10 is 10% of 100. Na? So that will become 90. What is the resultant increase in the price? So what is the resultant increase in the price means? Sorry, it is increased. I misread. It is again increased, not decreased. So to the 100, 10 is added. So that is 110. Now resultant increase means from the initial value, final value, how much percentage increase have happened. So 100 becoming 110, the increase is of 10. 10 compared to the initial value 100. 10 compared to 100 is clearly 10 out of 100. Literally it means 10%. Na? 10 out of 100 means 10%. Cent means 100. Percentage means out of 100. So it is 10%. Option B is the correct answer. Many of you got option B. Some of you got different answer. Means I think the mistake you have done is you have not taken the correct value to be increased or decreased. So this is what I told, taking example, more detailed explanations are given here. But these kinds of steps I have written just in writing. This is the way we can write. But when you do it in your mind, you don't have to use this. You can just think in your mind 10% 12.5, 20% 25. That way you can do. I hope all of you are understanding this. Another monetary problem where these examples are very useful. Make a try, all of you. Percentage chapter, profit loss discount chapter, compound interest, simple interest, all these areas, this taking example can help you a lot. Similar to previous questions, so answer faster. Okay, many of you got it. So again, example similar to previous question. If the price of an article we don't know, so let us take, let 100 be the price of the article, is decreased by 20%, 20 rupees decreased from 100, it will become 80 rupees. And then the new price is increased, not 100 is increased. 80 is 25% is increased. Again, Mendel math will help you. 25% to find it. 80 is 25%. 80 is 100% is 80. 8 is 50% is 40, half of it. 8 is 25% will be half of 40. Half of 40 is 20. So 20 will be 25% of 80. 20 increased. Increase means added. So that will become 100. Net change, total change in price. That is 100 was the initial price. Final price is 100. Total change is 0 compared to 100. 0 out of 100 is 0%. Now, percentage is asked. Percentage is also 0, value is also 0 if 100 was the initial value, but percentage is asked, so whatever be the value, it will be 0% itself. So this is what I told. This is how to mathematically write 20%, but what I am trying to say is these kinds of steps are also unnecessary. I mean, this 20 by 100 into 100, these are school math. When you write this, you will get a satisfaction because we are so conditioned by school math. Even if we don't like it, we like to use it. That is the thing about school math. We say that we don't like school math, but when we write it, as the habit is already formed, even if it was a bad habit, we are okay to continue the habit. So that habit formation you have to unlearn. That is a difficult task which is there in the competitive exam. So in my class, that is what I always try to say. Try to make students unlearn what they have learned in school days. Many people say I forget many things in school from school math, but I will say the problem is not with respect to the things that you have forgotten. It is with respect to the things that you remember from school math. Many things you remember from school math is not actually applicable in competitive exams, and how much you apply that in competitive exam, that much more time you will take and that much less effective will be the solution. Because more time means less questions only you can get. In school days, teachers told for each step they will give you mark, but in competitive exam, for each step you are losing seconds or minutes, and that will eventually give you less mark because less time to solve, more time to solve for each, more time taking for each question. You cannot cover more questions. And competitive exam is not like you will get unlimited time. You may get 2 hours and you have to solve a lot of questions, whichever competitive exam it be. So that you need to understand. That is the relevance of this methods, taking example, be it elimination be it, visual method be it, backward induction method be it. There are totally at least 15 methods of doing general aptitude questions of quantitative aptitude and logical reasoning. And I am focusing currently these methods, elimination by substitution, these 5 methods we discussed last class, and now we are discussing another most important method, taking example. Tomorrow we'll be discussing visual method. On other methods also, if you want more detailed sessions, do let me know in the comments whether you want more such sessions. Okay, so anyway, I have shown you many examples with respect to profit loss discount, monetary problem, percentages, numbers chapter. Let's see in another chapter, average chapter, how taking example will be helpful. This was the latest UPSC exam question from average chapter or arithmetic mean chapter. Make a try, all of you. Here also taking example can be very much helpful. Make a try, all of you. Sure, Aman, we will plan for more such sessions. Sure, Tarunam. Thank you for the feedback. Okay, so I'll explain. So the average weight ABC, weight weight of ABC, there's a word missing there. Weight of ABC. I'll correct it so that there is no confusion. Okay, so average weight of ABC is 40 kg, average weight of BD is 42 kg, and the weight of F is equal to B. Average weight of A, B, C, D, E, F. So here everything is in terms of average weight. Average means arithmetic mean. If nothing else mentioned, average means arithmetic mean, which is sum of observation divided by number of observation, which you already know. For example, 10, 14, 36 average means 10 plus 14 plus 36 divided by 3. So anyway, sum of observation divided by number of observation, that means the sum only matters. Individual values does not matter. That is why taking examples for that will give you clear understanding of the question and faster solution. Average weight is 40 means all values being 40 is also a valid example. Na? It is valid because if all values are 40, average weight is also 40. And average weight of BD is 42 means all value being 42 is totally okay. And that is a valid example. Because it is also a comparison itself. Average is also a comparison tool. Na? You are comparing average of this group and this group, not individual values we need. That is why we are taking examples here. Now this sentence is very important. Average weight of F is equal to B. Sorry, weight of F is equal to B. B we assumed 42. So F also should be 42. Now average weight of A, B, C, D, E, F is what we need. All the data we have with us now. A, B, C is 40, 40, 40. D, E, F. D is here, E is here, 42, 42. What about F? F we already know. F is also 42 by the given data. Now we need to find the average weight of it. Mathematically speaking, that is adding all these values and dividing by 6. But that is not necessary because here all values are 40. So weightage is also, this is 3 values 40, 3 values 42. As the weightage is same, that means average of this 3 is 40, average of this 3 is 40, 42. As both have 3 values or equal number of values, arithmetic mean will be the median itself, or arithmetic mean will be middle of 40 and 42 itself. That way you can improvise and say 41 is the answer. Did you all understood that? Or if you are not understanding that, another easy way to say this, anyway you are going to add all these. If you are adding it, you can add it in whichever way you want. 42 I am taking 1 from here. I am trying to make all values same. Let's see whether it is possible. 42 you take a 1 and give it to this 40. That means this will become 41, this will become 41. This 42 you take 1 from here and put it to, give it to this 40. Take 1 from here, give it to this 40. That means all values will become 41. Now if all values are same, arithmetic mean is also same. In the average chapter or arithmetic mean chapter, I have explained all these things in detail. Anyway, all values are 41, so average also will be 41. That way also you can justify this. Otherwise you can say if weightages are same, weighted average will be sum of observation, sorry, sum of first value, sum of second value, sorry, sum of first and second value divided by 2. Only because the weightages are same. If this is 4 observation, this is 3 observation, you cannot say this is this plus this by 2. Then you have to use alligation trick or you have to use batch average concept. But here the data is conveniently given so that you can do this method. Most of the time data is conveniently given so that you can use speed math or logical methods. The problem is we have a perception that competitive exam means a lot of math. But it is not about lot of paper math. It is about logical math, which is much easier than the paper math, which is less tedious than the paper math, which is less time consuming than the paper math. So once you realize that, it is easy to crack any competitive exam. So keep that in mind. So option C, 41 kg. I hope all of you understood this. Many of you got also option C. Mathematically, if you want to do, you can do like this. This is how you used to do in school days. But that is not necessary because it is time consuming. You found some of this also, some of this also, then added those two, and then you have divided it to get the answer. This is another question from speed distance time, and average is also there. Speed distance time, here also examples can help you. Taking example is a method that is like useful in many many chapters of competitive exams. That's why I'm devoting a separate session on this topic itself. Try this. I'll give you 1.5 minutes. All of you try. Okay, so here you can do direct method, but examples can make it even more easy. Direct method is this. Question is saying that x to y is traveled at v speed, y to z, x again 2v, x to y again 3v, y to x again 4v. So average speed is total distance by total time. Average speed is not average of speeds, please understand, because weightages matters here also, like I told in the previous question. More about that in speed distance time chapter we have discussed. Anyway, total distance by total time is what we need. Total distance by total time. So otherwise, if only two speeds are there, you can use this formula if the distances are same. But here 4 speeds are there, so this formula should be elaborated, that is even more complex. So we can use the basic idea, speed is equal to distance by time itself. So question says that a car travels from place x to y at an average speed. Look at this. V, these are variables, v, 2v, 3v, 4v, but everything is in terms of v, and options are also in terms of v. That is our inspiration to take example for v. Always clearly understand where to use taking example, where not to use taking example. Here everything is in terms of a single variable v. So taking a simple example for v is helpful. What example you need to take, that is up to you what example you need to take. But you should understand what we are trying to prove. What we are trying to prove. We are trying to prove total distance by total time. Sorry, we need to find what average speed. For average speed you need to do like in this direct method to make you understand. I'm saying total distance by total time. Total distance will be whatever if a distance a plus a plus a plus a 4a divided by total time. Total time will be time taken to go from x to y first, then y to x, then x to y, then y to x. You are going to add all these things in direct method and do it. So the best way is you can actually take an example instead of all this. So when you are taking example, this division should be equal. So you need to take an example. Yeah, you need examples for two things actually. Just a minute. Here examples can be taken in two ways. Total distance also you can take example. V also you can take example. But taking example for V will be better. Taking example for V will be better. Yeah, taking example for distance is also okay. You can take example for both. That is also fine. This x to y distance is same as y to x distance. This is x, this is y. For example, I will take that distance as a multiple of 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then it will be easy to divide. That is a good thing. I will show you. So 1, 2, 3, 4 least common multiple or LCM we will take. That is easy. So 12 is the least common multiple. So let 12 be the distance. Listen carefully. It is a little more trickier than the previous question where the examples was easy to find. Here the example we need to take so that the calculation will be lesser. Just a minute. So anyway, 12 be the distance. Now read the question. A car travels from x to y. That means 12 km traveled at a speed of v km per hour. So v we will take 1 itself. V we will take 1. Then 2v will be 2. 3v will be 3. And 4v will be 4. Because if you take 100 and all, it will be more bigger values. We want to reduce the values here. Not like previous question where everything was in percentage. So total distance is 12 x to y, then y to x. We are going to do average speed. You need to do total distance by total time. Total distance is x to y distance 12, then y to x distance 12, then x to y again. Question says x to y again 12, then y to x again 12. So total distance is 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12. That is 48. Now total time. Time is equal to distance by speed. Time is distance by speed. Distance is 12 by speed. First speed x to y travel. First movement x to y. What was the speed? 1 v we have taken 1. So 12 by 1, that is 12 itself. Second y to x, what happened? 2v. 2v we have taken 2 into 1. That is distance 12, or I will write 12 by 1, 12 by 2, 12 by 3, 12 by 4. Because question says 1v, 2v, 3v, 4v. So adding this up and dividing, you will get the answer, and that simplified the question. So let us see, 48 is the numerator and denominator will be 12 by 1. Just for making you understand, I have written all these steps. Even this can be done in your mind itself. 12 by 1 is 12, this is 6, this is 4, this is 3. So 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. 12 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3 is what? 18, 22, 25. 48 by 25. 48 by 25. 48 by 25. Again, now you need to use options also. Yesterday I told you analyzing options. In this question, analyzing option was also necessary. Yeah, some question you have to use a combination of methods also. The average speed of the car for the entire journey is less than v kilometer. What we have taken as v is 1 kilometer per hour less than. It is 48 by 25. When you divide that, you will get 1.92 kilometer per hour. 1.92 is not less than 1. V is 1. So this is wrong. Between 1v and 2v, 1 and 2, v we have taken 1 na. So 1 and 2, yeah, 1.92 is clearly between 1 and 2. So option B is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer. All of you understood this here, how examples were useful. Again, the process detail, speed, distance, time questions, how to simplify and all, I have discussed earlier also. Otherwise, go through the slide, you will get more idea. You can pause the video and go through the slide if you want later also. Other options, 2v and 3v means here it is 2 and 3. 2 and 3, between 2 and 3. No, 1.92 means it is below 2, not between 2 and 3. This is 3 and 4. So it is between 1 and 2 is the correct answer. So if that is clear, you understood. In speed, distance, time also it is possible to use taking example. This is a mensuration chapter problem. Even here also this is very much useful, taking example. Make a try, all of you. I'll give you 1.5 minutes. Okay, due to lack of time, I will start explaining. In this question, what is happening? You can take an example and then you can use the area formula, which I hope all of you know. Yeah, mensuration is a chapter where we need to remember some school math. Very less chapter you need to remember school math. Mensuration is one among them, where some questions, not all question, some question there is a need of using length into breadth formula. But that I'm sure that all of you remember. Length into breadth is area of a rectangle, or half base into height is area of a triangle, etc. Okay, anyway, here let us understand. A gardener increased the area of a rectangular garden by increasing its length by 40% and decreasing its width by 20%. Area of the new garden. Again, options are in terms of percentage, that is comparison. If comparison, I told you taking example will be very much useful. So rectangular garden. So I will take the rectangle to be 10 length and 10 breadth. Now you may say that is a square now. All squares are rectangles. So if it is tall rectangle, you taking a square is also totally okay. Because for all cases, as the comparison is done with respect to percentage, all cases it should be true. So for the example where length is equal to breadth also it should be true. So I am taking 10 and 10. Be the length and breadth of the rectangular garden. Now you are increasing 40% of the length. So length 40% means 10 is increased by 40% of 10. 40% of 10 is 4 itself. 40% of 10 is 4 now. 10% of 10 is 1. 40% is 4. So 10 plus 4 it will become 14 length, and width is decreased by 20%. 10 is the width, decreased means it will become 8. It will become 8. Now area of the new garden compared to the area of the old garden, that is what the question is asking. Area is length into breadth. So 100 into 10 into 10, 100 will be the area of this garden. Area of this garden will be 8 into 14. This will be 10 into 10. Here it is 8 into 14. 8 into 14 will be 140 minus 28, 112. 112. Now you have clearly what to compare. You clearly understand what to compare. 100 was the initial area. 112 is the final area. How much increase or decreased? 12 increase compared to the initial value 100. To keep the initial value 100, that is why I taken the length and breadth as 10, so that the area will become 100. And 100's percentage comparison is easy. We have understood already with many examples today. So 12 added to 100 is 12% increase. So option B is the correct answer. Is this clear to all of you? Please respond. That is how taking example was useful here. Yes, I agree that this question, if you use let length be L and breadth be B, still you get the answer. But I think that will take more time than this. At least 10 second extra also, that is better to save that time now. Every second is important, because if you can save 10 seconds from 10 questions, that is enough to solve 1 or 2 extra questions. So that is very important in competitive exam. Every second, maybe to tick the last question, when it is about to finish, when the time of exam is about to finish, to take the last question you may need a fraction of a second. So every second is important. So even this question you can do this as homework. This is a geometry question where you can use taking example. Here taking example is you can take length be 3, breadth be 5, and this be 6, and this is 8, and then this will also be 8. That you can try yourself. This is 5 and this is 6, this is 3, and you can find all the areas easily, and you can find each length as 11. So 11 will be the answer. As homework I am giving, I just gave you idea. Even in mixtures and allegation chapter also, taking example is very important. I am showing you examples from many chapters so that you get an idea that taking example is not limited to one single chapter. It's a method that is helpful in many chapters to save a lot of time and to understand the question better. That is more important. Many questions, the problem is we are not understanding the question. For understanding the question itself, it is taking more than 2 minutes. But taking an example will make you understand the situation properly. Okay, so I'll explain. Before that, all of you, if you felt this session was useful, do hit the like button and do share this video with maximum friends, maximum study groups, maximum WhatsApp, Telegram groups, which is relevant. I mean, which is having discussion of general aptitude or quantitative aptitude and reasoning. If you feel it is useful, you can share it there. That way this can reach to more people. Then that way I will be motivated to give more such content in the future. So please do that and invite your friends for the upcoming sessions. Next session will be most probably day after tomorrow 11 a.m. where we'll be discussing how visuals can be helpful. Even in this question, visual will be useful, table will be useful. So anyway, yeah, I will tabulate the data also, and in the next class I will teach you in detail how tabulation can be done easily in many questions. In questions which you never imagine that table is helpful, there also tabulation will be very useful, and other methods, Venn diagram will be useful, and other drawing a graph will be useful in some cases, drawing a picture will be useful in some cases. I will discuss all that in the next lecture. That is also scheduled. You can click on the notify me option so that you will get notified when the session is starting. So there is a milk sample with 50% water in it. Finally, also the answer is in percentage. This is a question from mixtures chapter, but you can use taking example method here also. As everything is in percentage, 100 will be the best example. 100 will be example for what? Milk sample with 50% water in it means let total milk be 100. Total milk means milk plus water mixture it is. So in that water is 50% means remaining 50% is milk. So 100 be the example for the total mixture. So milk is 50, water is 50. So you get a little more clarity here. Now 1/3 of this milk is added to 1/3 of this milk means 1/3 of the solution. Now milk and water is not separate. You cannot separate and give it milk and water. Milk means adulterated milk, that is milk and water mixture. There's an adulteration done na? By adding water means water is not supposed to be extra added. Naturally there water is there in milk, but adding water, that is an extra like adulteration done, because water is cheaper than milk. That happens in some of the milk we purchase also. This is there now. So 1/3 of the milk is added to equal amount of pure milk. If 1/3 of this milk means 1/3 of 100, that is 33. Okay, here actually taking example 100, there is a problem. When you take 100, you get 33.33. That is okay. But if you want to avoid this problem, what you can take, instead of taking 100, you take 300. So that taking 1/3 is easier. If it is 300, then it will be 150, 150. So you corrected the example. That is also fine. You took an example first and later realized that this example is little time consuming to continue. Continuing with 100 is totally okay, but taking 300 will be little more easier. So that 1/3 of this milk taken means 1/3 of 300 taken, it is 100 only. 1/3 of milk is taken means 1/3 of total mixture is taken. So 1/3 of milk will also come, 1/3 of water will also come. 1/3 of 150 is 50, 1/3 of 150 is 50. So this is the situation after taking 1/3. After taking 1/3, in this set of example I am telling. Now 1/3 of milk is added to equal amount of pure milk. Equal amount of pure milk means to that 100 total you have taken, that 100 you are adding to equal amount of pure milk means 100 liter pure milk is also added. 100 liter pure milk is also added. That means to the 50, 100 pure milk is added. Water is not added at all. So this is 150. Then total mixture also will change. Total mixture is extra added by 100 because one of the component is increased by 100. So total also will increase by 100. So it is 200. That is a mistake normally people make. They don't increase this 100. They keep it as 100 itself. Now water is still 50 itself. Now this is the final situation after 1/3 of the milk is added to equal amount of pure milk. Equal amount means 1/3 of milk is 100 liter. 100 liter pure milk also is added, or that two are mixed together. So this is a final situation. Pure milk will be 150 liters, water will be 50, and total mixture will be 200. Then water in the new mixture will be 50 out of 200. 50 out of 200. 50 out of 200 is 1 out of 4. 1 out of 4, again I have already showed you 1 by 2 to 1 by 10 if you know. 1 by 4 is clearly 25%. So 25% is the answer. It's a very good question. Mathematically, if you want to do this, this is the mathematical way. Let x be the unknown, x by 3, 2x by 3. But the problem with that is it will take more time to understand the situation with variables compared to taking example, and more steps are needed. So indirectly I have told table idea also, which is a visual method that we will discuss in detail in the next class. How to draw table faster, that also I will tell you. Yes, Roshan, taking 30 was also fine. Taking 300 was not necessary. Taking 30 is also fine. That will also give you the same answer. Example, you can take any example which satisfy the condition. That is totally okay. Okay, did you all understood this much? Okay, few more examples are there. Maybe one more example we'll discuss and conclude. Okay, this you can try as homework. Maybe on another session we'll discuss. There's a taking example method for this question also. The direct method is mentioned here, but taking example method is much faster. And this question I will explain now. Listen very carefully. Listen very carefully. A digit n greater than 3 is divisible by 3. So a digit n greater than numbers chapter or number system chapter. After this question I will tell Roshan. So digit n greater than 3 is divisible by 3 but not divisible by 6. So you have to take an example which satisfies that. So due to lack of time I will take the example directly. The example you can take is 9. It is divisible by 3 but it is not divisible by 6. 9 is not the only example. There are infinitely many examples. You can take 15 also. 15 is divisible by 3 but it is not divisible by 6. So, and now you have to check each options. That means elimination is also necessary. You took an example for n, digit n, digit, okay, so question says digit. So 9 is the only possible example. If the question says number, there can be infinitely many examples, but digit it is mentioned. So digits are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in decimal number system. So 9 is the only possibility. 9 is divisible by 3 but not divisible by 6. That is satisfied. So with respect to 9, you can check each options. Which one of the following is divisible by 4? Which one of the following is divisible by 4? 2 into 9, 18. 3 into 9, 9 we have taken. So every option also you have to write with respect to the example you have taken. 2 into 9, 18 plus 4, 22. 3 into 9 plus 1, 28. Which of these numbers are divisible by 4? 18 is not divisible, 27 is not divisible, 22 is not divisible. So these three options are eliminated. Divisible means no remainder at all. So 28 is exactly divisible by 4. So option D is the correct answer. So here we used a combination of elimination and taking example method. So that way also you can do. And elimination, those of you missed my session on elimination, in this playlist you can find the link for that also. In this channel you can find that playlist, or I will tag that in the comment section so that you can easily access, and check out my other sessions in this platform so that you get more content for free. So this question also you can take examples taking x and y and z as 1 itself is the best example here. So examples will vary with respect to the question, so that you practice more, you will get more idea what example will be best. So I hope this much is clear. Any other doubts or anything, please mention in the chat if there is. If there is no other doubt, let's conclude. Let me check the chat. So I told day after tomorrow will be the next live session. All these live sessions will be available in this channel, so you can share it with your friends so that they can watch it recorded also. Yes, Roshan, the good news is, yeah, we are blessed with a baby girl. So yeah, as many of you know, or those who were following my previous courses, you know, I was on leave for the last 1 month, and I will be resuming my full-length courses from April 1st onwards. Even if I was on leave, I tried to make sure that your learning will continue with my recorded courses. I have given a full recorded course itself in this 1 month timing, and yeah, I was on paternity leave. That is why I was on leave for 1 month. Those people who were not aware why courses are not live, the reason was I was on paternity leave, and we were blessed with a baby girl on March 4th. So thank you Roshan, thank you Taranam. Yes, Roshan, I too missed all of you with the live sessions, because the feeling of live session is always special. So okay, thank you Aman, also thank you all of you. So let's conclude. Next session will be day after tomorrow, 11 o'clock, live recording. You can watch anytime. And once again telling all of you, do let me know whether these sessions are useful in the comment section. Yeah, thank you Roshan once again. So that's it. Thank you all of you. Take care all of you. Have a good day. See you all on the next